Hey y'all, what is up? This is Rosie, and I am just coming to you bringing you another combined book review. This time, I'm going to talk to you first about the book Montana. The books I read are by Olivia Gaines, by the way, but the first book is Montana, and the lead character in the book is Piccola. Piccola is a writer. She's a famous author who goes by the name Montana Hart. And she feels that something is missing in her life, so she signs up to be a modern mail order bride. And, she starts off by listening to these two ugly women talking about her book and not knowing that she's the author of the book they're talking about. And so, after listening to what they had to say and talking about their husbands and everything, she decided that she needed someone in her life. So she goes and she signs up to be a mail order bride, and she corresponds with a man named Billy Joe Johnson, who lives in Montana, and he is looking for a wife, and I think he was a college professor. And so the day she gets there, they go to the courthouse, they get married. She's nervous, she doesn't know what she's going through, she's having second thoughts, I believe, and then they go home and he's ready to get the party started. He wants to do things right away, and she was not ready. Let's just say that their consummation of their marriage did not go so well. I won't tell how it happened or anything, but it just didn't go over so well. But as the book progressed, the two developed respect, admiration, and love for each other. And she found out that her husband is actually a fan of her work, but feels that her writing could use more depth and more understanding of the places that she writes about, because one of the critiques is that she writes as if she's never been anywhere before, and her books seem to be just like copied and pasted. And heck, that might be a little bit of what's wrong with my writing too, but anyway, she just kind of, I guess, dials it in, phones it in, and she doesn't have any real depth in her writing. But when she goes to live in Montana with her new husband, she finds out about a new life, a new way of living, new people, and everything. And it's really impressive how well she was able to adapt to her new environment coming from New York City. So, I think you would like Montana. As an author myself, I was able to kind of get into her mind a little bit and step into her shoes. And as she fell in love with Billy Joe, I fell in love with him too. So I think you should pick up Montana and read it. It was funny, it was sexy, and I enjoyed it. And the highlight for me was the book Lobsters, Bisques, and Berries. And the story is about Melody Willis, who is an internationally famous pop star, and Lakota Simjack. And he is an indigenous man who signed up to be a husband. He wanted a wife. But the first few women, I think there were 3 or 4 women that he dated before he got to Melody, and he just didn't like them. They had these preconceived notions in his head of who he was and who he should be because of his indigenous heritage. And he was stereotyped a lot, and he didn't like that at all. Melody saw his picture and fell in love with him instantly. Like, it was love at first sight. And she was like, that is going to be my husband. I am going to marry him. And so they started writing to each other. And I think they started talking to each other over the phone. And finally she told him, come and get me. He goes out to New York. He meets her family. And at first, of course, they are understandably, they are suspicious of him. They don't know his intentions. They don't know anything about him because, I mean, he's just a man from Maine who suddenly comes out to get their world famous daughter. And Melody's dad is a judge, and he marries them in his office after finding out that Lakota is a Yale man. He graduated from Yale Law School, and he's a lawyer and everything, and he's very devoted to his people, the people of his tribe. And the book goes on, and what happens is Melody is blackballed from the industry, and for a while she's not even sure she wants to keep singing. She's not sure that that's a life that she wants to keep living. She just wants to get married and have a family and just live her life as a normal person. And you know, she grows as a person. She learns new things. She learns how to cook and how to hunt and how to fish and even how to drive. And she helps Lakota and his people with some trouble that they had been having financially. And her sister seems to grow as a person also, and you'll have to read the book and figure out what I mean by that. But it's a great book. It's so funny. It's hilarious. I just now finished it, like literally like a few seconds before I hit record. I finished the book and put it down. And I wanted to talk about it while it was still fresh in my mind. This book was freaking hilarious. I had to tone down my laughing because it was just that funny. As you can see, I'm still laughing because I'm thinking of certain parts of it. You have got to get the book Lobsters, Bisques, and Berries. I cannot wait to get more of Olivia Gaines' work, especially in the Mail Order Brides series. This is my 5th book from that series that I have. There is a follow-up to the book that I have not gotten yet, and it's about Melody's sister, Symphony Willis, and she is looking for a husband because she didn't want her sister to have all the fun. She wants her somebody too. And I read the first 2 chapters on Amazon, and it seems like it's going to be a good read. It's not as long as Melody's story, but it still looks like it's going to be a good book. So I would like to pick it up sometime. I just don't know when yet, but if and when I do get it, you guys are going to know. I love Olivia Gaines' writing. I see why she is a USA best-selling author, a USA Today best-selling author. I don't understand why she's not a New York Times best-selling author. I don't know, but this woman needs to win a Pulitzer. She is very good at what she does, and I am so glad that I discovered her writing and her books. It helps me when I'm in some like pretty dark times, like this week. I found out that both my kids have COVID. Thankfully, they seem to be okay, but it was still a scary time, so I've been spending a lot of time just kind of isolated by myself while they are in their rooms recovering and everything. So but like I said, they're okay. One of my kids didn't show any symptoms, and the other was sick a week ago, last Friday, which was the 19th, August 19th. And today is now August 27th. It's 3:06 a.m. on Saturday morning. But anyway, yeah, they're recovering quite well. And in this book, it kept me busy, it kept me entertained, and I am so happy that I got it. I almost feel like just turning the book to the first page and starting it all over again. It is just that good. But I have 2 more books to read before I get back to that one, because yes, I want to read it again. I want to read all the books I have from her again. But anyway, I'm going to end it right here, you guys. Pick up the book Montana. Pick up the book Lobsters, Bisques, and Berries by Olivia Gaines, and pick up any work from her you can find, because you will be laughing, you will possibly be crying, and you might be even a little bit titillated by reading her work, because I know this book definitely got me in a few areas, and I was, whew. Anyway, I'm gonna stop right there. Thank you guys so much for wasting time with me. I love you so much, and I hope to see y'all on the next upload. Bye for now.